This is Shimna Integrated College in Newcastle. We are an 11 to 18 integrated, co-educational, all-ability school, and 2 years ago we started the first Gay Straight Alliance student group in Northern Ireland. Students and staff were interviewed in school and at the ESAG's TV studio in Antrim about their experiences of the GSA as Shimna.
Before the GSA was set up, there would have been a lot of people making kind of homophobic remarks, things like, you know, you're so gay and things like that, used as an insult against someone.
People would have made a lot of like jokes around it, and it wouldn't have been a big problem to talk. It would have been quite funny just for people to make jokes around all of that sort of area, call people gay and stuff. And it wasn't particularly bad, but I would have found in my class that I would have been made fun of quite a lot without problem. It would have been, people would have found no problem in just calling me names and stuff like that there.
Before the GSA started in our school, I felt a lot more uncomfortable about my sexuality, and I thought there's no way that I'd be able to come out, and I was so scared. But as soon as GSA started, I just felt a lot more comfortable, and me and my friends started going, and instantly I just felt more comfortable. I felt that people accepted me and stuff, and eventually, like now, I've come out to the whole school and everyone's fine with it, and I feel so much better being who I am.
You might ask the question, why is anti-homophobic work in schools important? I think it's important because any school should put the child at the centre of its work, of what it does. And if we put children, young people, at the centre of what we do, then the one thing that we concern ourselves with is bullying. And one of the most prolific forms of bullying in recent years has been homophobic bullying, wherein everything that people do can become gay, i.e. bad, and all the connotations that brings with it. And that became a source of anguish for young people. It became a source of pain for young people, and indeed, statistically, it was proven that homophobic bullying was the greatest cause of young people committing suicide.
We set up the GSA for a couple of reasons, really. One was to support the lesbian, gay, bisexual and transgender students that we already have in school. So we set the GSA up as a safe space where they could come and be open about themselves and their identity, with their straight friends as well, and everyone could come and talk about it. And the other reason for having a GSA in school was just as a beacon really for the rest of the school, so that they could see that we are a welcoming school and that we welcome everybody. And I suppose for the local community as well, and the wider community, just so that people know that Shimna is a school that welcomes everyone. We're an integrated school, so everyone knows that we welcome people from different religious communities, but sometimes it's unspoken that we welcome people from different genders or sexual identities as well, so we wanted to make that clear. It was actually fairly easy. You know, at the start we had a couple of assemblies where we introduced the idea to the school, and then we had some students who came along in the first few days, and we made posters, so we got the word out that way. And it became accepted quite quickly, really, throughout the school.
Well, every week we would have a different topic of discussion. So one week we go in and we would talk about maybe what's happened during the week, and one week it was politicians' views on gays, and another week we watched the video for This Is What Love in Action Looks Like, about the anti-gay camp as such, and we watched it for 2 weeks because it was just so long. There was a week we talked about the girl Lexi in America who opened up her GSA in her school, and we sent her letters and stuff like words of encouragement, and just to say that we were there for her.
Being an integrated school for a start, I feel a little bit more open to how people are as themselves, as opposed to stereotyping them. But being in the GSA as well, it's actually opened my eyes a wee bit more, because prior to being in the group, I didn't exactly know a lot about transphobia and transgender people. You know, all those things oriented around what the GSA do.
My friend's a lesbian and we decided to come in support of her. I expected it to be kind of awkward, but it really wasn't, because everyone was there for the same reason and it was made to be fun. It wasn't very awkward.
It's a very comfortable group if you're in the group and you're able to just talk openly, because you know it won't get out of the group. Nobody's going to go around and spread stuff, because that's one of the rules of the group. You have to keep it in the group, and I feel very comfortable talking about with people in the group and outside of the group as well. You don't have to worry, because it's all very safe. It's a safe environment.
I think that the most important rule is confidentiality, because you know, if you're going to say something that it's not going to be spread around the school, it's safe. Also, everyone can have their say on opinions about things. So maybe one person may have an opinion on one thing, but someone else might be different. So you have discussions, and everyone has their say, and you don't feel like you're being judged from what you say or anything. So I like that.
I think for the straight students, it makes them more aware that there are gay students, and all the stuff they say, maybe without meaning to, can be extremely hurtful.
Well, I've become a lot more confident about it. Like, I was so scared before the GSA. I was so enclosed, and I'd only let my close friends know. But because I know people aren't as bad as they look, because I'm in contact with a lot more people now, I know my school is a safe place to be. So hopefully outside of the school will be safe as well. And I'm very confident outside of school now, and I think most of that, well, a big part of that is coming from the GSA and being able to talk to teachers and students about it, and I haven't found any problems around that at all.
We've been on a few trips, but mainly to Glenny, with the Gay Lesbian Youth of Northern Ireland, and we went there and when we got to ask questions to people, like how hard it was coming out, and just, you know, just stuff about their everyday lives and how hard it is for them. We won the Diana Award for our work against homophobic bullying. We also won an award not that long ago from the LGBT Teacher Union for our work against homophobic bullying.
I think after they won their awards, that people have started taking GSA a lot more seriously now. So they've realised that it does work, even though not all the homophobia is gone. It has dropped a lot.
If another school's thinking of starting a GSA, that they should go ahead and give it a try. There's plenty of support out there. Certainly our school would be supportive of them, but there are also expert outside bodies like the Rainbow Project in Belfast, or Glenny, which is the Gay Lesbian Youth Northern Ireland, and Cara Friend, who in the initial stages of setting up our GSA, they came out, did some assemblies, even did some classwork as well. So they were very helpful indeed, and I would say that there's plenty of support out there and they should just go ahead and go for it.
As principal of a school which was going to set up a Gay Straight Alliance among the students and staff, I did wonder at one stage, what reaction am I going to get to this? But I think it's very important just simply to be brave. And if it's the right thing to do, then to do it. And I'm delighted to say that I got absolutely nothing except positive comments. I didn't have one negative comment from parents, members of staff, from the public. In fact, I had people writing to me from the United States, and one person said, I wish this had happened in the school that I and my brother attended, because my brother committed suicide because of homophobic bullying. And I had several communications like that. I do believe it is the right thing to do, and I would support other schools in doing that thing.
If you've been affected by any of the issues in this film, or if you're interested in starting a GSA at your school or arranging anti-homophobic bullying assemblies or training, please contact Glenny in Belfast.